Hey friends, it is day number 6. Today we're talking about creating a work schedule. This is really important. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this. My favorite way is using something called Scalable Systems, which some of you are rolling your eyes right now, but please don't. Bear with me. So there's several different ways that you can get your business organized for time. A lot of people use just a paper planner. Totally fine, as long as you remember to check things like that and you aren't the kind of person who needs a million alarms to remind you to do things. Some people use Google Calendar and they time block their whole days, which is a really, really great idea. I like to use Scalable Systems, which basically helps me organize my power hour, sometimes more than an hour, obviously, but if I'm sitting down to work, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing that date, right? So when I set up systems for my business, I set them up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, first Monday of the month, second Monday of the month, third Monday of the month, fourth Monday of the month, etc. So some of you guys have seen me talk about this before. If you'd like to see how I do my paper systems, the link is above. So there's a link to this video to watch it, and then there's a link to the other one. So the reason this is really important, the reason you need to organize your time in your business is, number one, like we said in a video or 2 or 3 ago, it's just really, really important that people understand that you want to be taken seriously in your business. It's never going to be more of a hobby if it doesn't get time priority. Your friends and family and your kids aren't going to take mom seriously if she doesn't even really know what she's going to work on when she has the time to do so, and she doesn't even really know when she's going to get the time to do so, right? Scheduling it makes you feel less guilty about it because it was on the schedule, right? And you were able to plan around it all day. But if this is something you really, really need to be big in your life and you're wanting it to replace a job, you just have to remember that it's still going to have to be worked like a job. It's just a fun job, right? So we really have to schedule our time. Just like our bosses would put us on a schedule, we've got to put ourselves on a schedule, and we have to make time for our business. It's not always going to go perfect because, of course, we're working out of our home and we've got kids and family and crazy things that pop up and down and whatever. But we know, at least, if we didn't get to something that day, we don't forget it because we know exactly what we were supposed to do that day. And so for me, Scalable Systems, I write down everything that I need to do in a month. Everything I need to do in a month. And then I write down everything I need to be doing every day. Right? And so I break all of that down. And in my Scalable Systems, I've got a list of my daily tasks, which are things like recording my numbers, sending thank you notes, etc., whatever your daily tasks need to be, whatever you think you should be doing every day. Reaching out to 1 front line or 2 front line, etc., right? So writing that down as your daily task. And then everything you need to do all month. Things like making hostess packets, things like hostess coaching, things like scheduling online posts, things like bagging up orders, placing orders, things like follow-up, anything that you should be doing monthly or a couple times a month and things like that. Start making that huge list of things, making samples, making your scent crates, working on, Instagram is the next thing. It's not even the next thing, it's the thing right now. And this is a whole different thing, but just learning how to plan your online marketing and planning your online posts and things like that. So just finding ways to do that, right? So everything that you need to do every day and everything you need to do at least once a month, you need to just write one huge power list of those. And then as you go through that, determine, what do I need to do of these things the very first week of the month? What of these things should I do the very last week of the month? What should I do, every Monday? So break it up like that. So I do that. And so I have a master list. So if it's the 3rd Monday of the month, I literally just open my list for the 3rd Monday of every month, and I know exactly what I'm supposed to do that day. I don't have to try to brainstorm and think of what I did and didn't do already, because I have it all checked off and I know what I did and didn't do. And so I know exactly what I'm going to do when I sit down to work versus having to keep a mental list of everything, right? So I'm going to show you my digital one, and I'll link this as well because this is not mine. This is one I made for public viewing, if that makes sense, because I did this for reunion. So I'm going to show you what this looks like digitally. So I love Trello. So if it's the 3rd Wednesday or the 2nd Tuesday of the month, I will open the 2nd Tuesday of the month, and I have a list of everything I need to do that day because it's the second Tuesday of the month. The cool thing is I divide my days up by theme. So Monday is customer day, Tuesday is team day, Wednesday is my delivery and miscellaneous things day, Thursday is my digital day where I do a lot of my scheduling and things like that. Friday is business day. And so I know if I have things in my head that need done or surprise to-do list items, say I was like, I need to start working on coaching calls, or say I need to check in with so-and-so. It's past their 70 days, or I need to make join packets, or I don't know, that would be something that's already in there. But some of those like little to-do lists, like, oh, I need to make samples for so-and-so's party. You can put those on to-do lists within those days. So instead of putting all of that on one to-do list and then being overwhelmed by it, if it's a customer activity, I just go to the very next Monday that's coming up, and I will write that down here in the to-do list, and I'll add it to that so that it's out of my brain. I know I'm going to get to it because I have it scheduled, right? But that way you don't have this huge running to-do list where a lot of us, if we have a to-do list that's as tall as we are, we would rather do nothing than try to unpack what's most important to do off that list. And so for me, dividing it up by day and theme, that helps me. So if I'm like, hey, so I need to call Karen, she has one of my basket parties, but it's not super urgent, I'm going to go put that on the next Monday's to-do list, right? If I need to, so-and-so asked for a catalog, I need to mail that out, I'm going to put that on my next customer day to-do list. I'm not going to do it today, because today's team day or something, but I'm going to put it on my next customer day, because it's not super urgent, right? But I also have to make sure that I'm prioritizing my time, right? Because if it's team day, but I start doing customer stuff, I'm not going to get to my team stuff, right? So organizing your time, figuring out what your business looks like, how to set it up and things like that is super important. So for your homework today, what I want you to do is, if you currently have a plan in place that is manageable, written down, and covers all your bases, I want to hear about it in the comments. If you don't, I want to know what you're thinking about implementing as your plan. Are you going to do something like digital scalable systems? The thing about these is you can just do this in a regular planner if you want to. Buy a planner just for that and then write things on each day. Or, do it like I do. Or print out the stuff that's in the link of the other video that I posted. So a bunch of different ways that you can do that. Don't print the stuff I posted. That's just an example. Please make it your own, because it's not going to work for you if you just try to do everything I'm doing, because our businesses look different, right? Then the next thing I want you guys to do, so as you start thinking about what your daily stuff looks like, as you start breaking things down, I want you to find a way to put your front line in the mix. I want you to take the number of frontline you have, right? And I want you to commit to talking to all of them once a month on a one-on-one coaching call, or even just a message to check in with them. If you have less frontline than 30, I want you to be contacting them twice a month, even if that's 2 in one day. So Monday through Friday, go through your calendar and write down your frontline on a day. Take a list of your frontline and assign them a day that you're going to contact them and reach out to them. All of them. And then if you only have 12 frontline, do that twice, right? If you only have 5 frontline, once a week, each person needs to be contacted, right? So I want you guys to divide that out. So that's the other part of your homework. So I want you to figure out what system you're going to implement, and I want you to start heading that direction. And then I want you to assign 1 or 2 frontline every single day that you're going to follow up with. This way, you're not forgetting a single person, right? Anyone who's new, to start layering them. So if you end up having 1 person a day, you might end up with 2 people a day. And then when the next month comes, you'll redo that, right? And then they'll fit in right. So do that. So figure out what your system is going to be, and then find a way to pencil in your front line. So you're at least talking to 1 or 2 of them every single day. Following up, checking in on them, seeing how they're doing. Okay? So let me know how that's going with you. Make sure you don't forget to tag your people, and let me know about what you think about this. Like, what are you doing right now? What's not working for you as far as kind of flying by the seat of your pants? Is this something that you've not done in your business that you've been wanting to do, and you pretty much just need to start now, right? So talk below, have conversations. This is a very intimate course that we're doing here. So I want you guys to be talking to one another, commenting on each other's comments and things like that. So have a great day. See you tomorrow.